everyone, it's the Mia Geek, bringing you another new video. Another GameCube video. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah. It's another Sonic game. Who would have thunk it? I need to come up with some more original content. But until then, today I'm going to be reviewing two games. Two games. And yeah. So I got the Sonic Mega Collection. Because, I mean, it's just a really cool collection. I had a GameCube, the money was right, so I decided to get it. Anyway, like I said, today I'm going to be reviewing two games, Sonic the Hedgehog and Flicky. If you were wondering why that's all has question marks, well, that's because it's going to take a while before I get that. Anyway, let's start up with the first Sonic the Hedgehog game. Woo! Sega! So, yeah. So, this is the first Sonic game, so it's pretty basic in terms of plot and just a lot in general. I mean, it's pretty basic what you can do. You know, stuff you could do in the later Sonic games. You can run, roll into a ball, run through hoops, and, well, since it's a platformer, you've got to be able to jump. You can bounce off of springs. It's just some good, fast fun. If you collect 100 rings, you get, an extra life, kind of like in Mario. And if you collect 50 rings and bring it to an end of the level, you can jump into a giant ring and have the chance of collecting one of the game's 6 Chaos Emeralds. So yeah. If you press this R, it will reverse the way the stage spins, and you gotta get to these crystal barrier things and break them by staying on them. So, yeah, I mean, you can jump on enemies, you cannot touch spikes. There are all sorts of power-ups, such as shields, that give you one extra hit to take. They'll let you take one extra hit before you lose all your rings. Speaking of losing rings, if you get hit, you can pick them up. If you guys were wondering if that hit was intentional or not, it wasn't. That was just a coincidence. You can sometimes find these walls that look different from the front. And you can roll through them. And you can jump on these ring monitors. They'll give you 10 extra rings. Like I said before, rings are very important. You can bring them to the end of the level. Oh, this is a 1-up monitor. You jump on it, 1 extra life. Oh, look, an invincibility monitor. I just showed off all the monitors in this video. Sweet. So yeah, this is a pretty basic game. There are 19 acts in all, because there's 6 zones. Well, technically 7. There's Green Hill, which I'm playing through. Marble Zone, which is basically the fire level. There's the Spring Yard Zone, which is basically a casino level slash pinball level, except it doesn't have any pinball battles. Then there's the Labyrinth Zone, which is the water level, and it sucks. It can go die in a hole. And collect 6 Chaos Emeralds, you can get a secret ending. The 5th act is called Starlight. It's kind of a night level. And the final one's the Scrap Rain, and it's really hard. Anyway, on to the next game. Next game I'm going to be reviewing, and final game, will be Flicky. I know it's a little weird, but the reason I reviewed it, I'm reviewing it now, is because in the first game you can bust open robots, collect these little birds called Flickies. But technically this game came out first. It has this like little looping level theme, which is hard for me to wrap my head around. So the point of this game is to avoid the cat/tigers, collect the yellow birds, and bring them to the exit. Or start, depending on how you look at it. You can also grab these little hammers and throw them at the tigers. So yeah. Also, there are these little bonus rounds where you have to try to collect as many chicks as you can. So the game is really simple, and the levels are pretty short, but it was an arcade game before it was ported to the Sega Genesis. So I'm gonna cut it some slack for it being so short. This game isn't even really hard, but can test your brain. Let's just say can test your brain with the looping level theme. I still can't wrap my head around it. And I've played this game for a while. Also, I think Sonic 3D Blast may have got some ideas from it, because even if you don't get hit, you can still lose the birds. I just hate these freaking tigers. No! It's hard to keep hold of the chicks. Anyway. Also, if you bring them all at once, you'll get more points. Which, since it was an arcade game, is pretty important to get points, because that's basically how you get lives. Dear God. Oh, I had all the birds. Okay, so you can also pick up objects and throw them at the tigers, which, trust me, you will want to remember that. You will die and die and die without it. again and again and again. You will die if you don't know how to throw items at enemies. It's simple how to do it, but you will not always be successful, since you cannot throw them in midair. They have to be on the ground, so yeah. So, nothing much else to say about the game. It's okay. They become more maze-like at around the end, but yeah, I died. Anyway, so it's a good game. You will die a lot till you learn, but that's all I have to say. Anyway, bye all my free geeks and nerds.